drawing every day for the daily doodle diary for 2 years. But this month, I don't want to just doodle. I want to learn, study, and sketch intentionally for 28 days to see if it makes me a better artist. Look how cute this year's daily doodle diary is looking. Oh, I just love stickers. We're drawing a portrait, which means we need an actual living person. Have you ever heard of the Instagram account Earth's World? If you haven't, I might have just made your day. They're a photographer and upload tons of images of real people. Literally, it's a game changer. We need to do that first sketch. And I have not drawn a face like this in so long, which is crazy. I think I go in phases, really. Sometimes I end up drawing loads of portraits, and then I go through a bit of like a surreal stage. Sometimes it's landscapes, sometimes it's doodles, and that is completely okay. The type of art that we create and what we want to create is going to evolve over time, but that does mean that I'm a little bit rusty. It's actually been almost a year since the 100 heads challenge, and I certainly have not drawn 100 faces since then. Literally hardly any. We need to do it more. I'm having a lot of fun with this portrait, and considering what Pinterest is looking like nowadays, this account might actually be the best alternative to Pinterest, given the current climate. Oh, what about a water-based marker? Let's add a fun background to this piece. Okay, well, it's not fun, it's literally just color, but hopefully this is really gonna make the portrait pop. Sometimes simple is best. And I kind of love it. Look how cute it is. There is just a little bit of ghosting on the back, so if we can cover that up, then hopefully we can sketch without having to worry too much. I think possibly a black biro, keep it simple, since we're going on colour. Big one, I think that's gonna go there. Oh, what about on top? Maybe we'll pop this one down first because it's biggest. And possibly this one's quite big too. Okay, you know what, whatever. I was trying to avoid to get it on the page, but so be it. Gotta say, I think this glue stick is pretty much done. That's always so difficult to get it out. Just trying to make a cute little collage. Although, where's this one gonna go? I don't think I planned around this one because those two are there. Would it be weird to put it on top? Maybe that would be okay. Put that one on there, I think. Yeah, let's put that one there as the final one. What about this pen here? I've used this biro before and it was kind of fun. Kind of went through the page, but we should be okay. You know, I do have this next to me. Why don't we do this? Of course, we're going straight in with pen, so I'm just gonna try my best. My problem is that I often stylize and simplify flowers. I don't really follow what I'm looking at. So that's something I want to try today, to actually take note of what I'm looking at rather than try and fill in the gaps. And that's what this month is about. There's a lot of positives to the Daily Doodle Diary challenge, but a lot of the time it's mostly about confidence and fighting perfectionism and less about your actual skills. So that's what we're going to try and improve this month, hopefully. And of course these flowers are actually fake. We could add a little bit of shading though, maybe that could help. Got a little leaf up here. Well, that doesn't look like a leaf. Forgot, there's like these bobbly ones and I didn't leave enough space. This is the initial sketch, bit of shadow and a harsher line maybe. Maybe I'll do this a little bit sketchy actually, just so that the vase looks separate. Alright, I'm not sure the sketchy look is working actually. Looks worse. I'm just gonna fill them in, I think. It's a lot more accurate than previous ones have gone though. Maybe we could do some hatching, like some line shading. So we'll add like the key line down the middle. Oh no, that's attached to that one. Okay, so it goes this way. I always get so confused when it comes to flowers, like the petals don't make sense. Maybe we should add a bit of shading under the bit where it curls in then. And I'll add a little bit down here as well. Maybe we'll keep the vase empty and just add shading to the flowers. Maybe some little curved lines as well to show how the petal is folding a little bit, which kind of goes with the background actually because these are all circles. Oh, my hand. Now there are some little parts in the middle here which I couldn't quite get to work. Maybe we'll just hint at it a little bit. Okay. These are the fake plants. This is the drawing. I don't think that's too bad. Like, it's simple, but the collage really brings it to life. I love how simple it is on top. Oh, I think that's pretty cute. Two very different pieces. You know what? I like it. Although I have just spotted that we completely forgot the handle, but it's fine. We'll just ignore that. If you can hear that, currently doing the huge shop update. Oh, it's so exciting. The Daily Doodle Diary. Mostly I've been focusing on line confidence. It's something that I do think is really important, especially as a part of sketching and trying to actually improve. Not going back and forth all the time and trying to correct mistakes, just being confident in the line. So that's what I've been focusing on. Starting with this one here, which I think explains it perfectly. Two different water-based markers, and I think it works pretty well. Oh, I actually picked up the graphite stick. Comes from an earlier Daily Doodle Diary episode. I'll leave it below if you haven't seen it. I got this Faber-Castell graphite stick. It's not as messy as you'd think. Yes, it's been duct taped. I dropped it a while ago. I had a little practice with noses. Kind of realised that I haven't actually drawn a nose since the 100 Heads challenge almost a year ago. So they're not amazing. Oh, these are the little test prints for the lino trading cards I'm working on at the moment, and I did a little doodle up the top focusing on light and shadow, but instead of using lines, using like little hatching. That's the camera from live, a little plant in the studio, a proper lino print, and I tried to sketch some mountains, again doing similar stuff. Didn't really come across, but I did use a reference, it just didn't work. Then another little print and a hot glue gun for reference because it was right in front of me. You can see the focus is on those particular lines rather than sketching and doing shadows, just trying to go straight for it, which is a really quick way to create, so it's perfect for the Daily Doodle Diary. Today I think we're going to use the little graphite stick, have some fun. If we could just ignore all the side quests happening over here, they're being filmed for a video. Now the weird thing about this graphite stick is I don't think it's that messy. I haven't fixed the previous pages, but when you do this, yeah, and smudge it, do you see what I mean? That's why I struggled so much with the noses. I just couldn't blend it out. I think this might actually be okay for the book because it seems pretty fixed by itself, which is so strange considering that is the medium. What should we draw? A little like on Pinterest. I've actually done that one before in the Advent Calendar episode. Well, that's a cool idea. I wonder if we could make it a little bit more surreal, maybe exaggerate proportions a little bit, make it a bit more fun. Let's give it a go. You say we'll have a good time, but you fail to realize that I'm hoping to get you off my mind. I hope you have a good. Okay, this drawing is looking a lot more surreal than I was intending. It just happened, okay? And it only took 8 minutes. That I am very happy with. Oh, it's such a fun style. Maybe we should make more like it. What do you think? Look at the shop. We're batching the big update. So there's a lot of prints and stickers to make. What should we grab? Maybe pink? Watch a little bit of cat art illustrations. Who I was Secret Santa for. Okay, this marker is literally called Pigeon Blue, and we are drawing a pigeon. We have to. It must be the right color, right? Like, it's got to be. However, we are using patterned paper. It's slightly toned. You can see it's a little bit brown. So the colours might look a little bit different than what we're expecting. And you might have noticed that we are already going a little bit rogue. I'm gonna be honest. I am really struggling. The goal for this month is to sketch and learn and draw and practice, and to be completely honest, turning something that is a fun hobby, doodling, into learning, studying, has completely killed my motivation for the daily doodle diary. So maybe there is a line between fun and creativity and learning. Maybe you can put yourself off by taking the fun out of something, because this month I've actually had to play catch up a little bit, being a day or two behind. I've kind of been putting it off. So finally, we are just having fun with a weird little pigeon. It's time to add a new Patreon member to the Patreon. Denise is getting a cute little butterfly, the first insect on the tree. And of course, a special shout out to all of the sketchbook buddies. The tree is looking so cool. It is so unbelievably cold right now. These are the headphones that were sat on my bed. Did a little bit of a sketch there. Yeah, that kind of sums that up. A little cat from Pinterest. A little bird from Pinterest that didn't look anywhere near as scary as that does. Over in the Discord server, I saw Reluctant Mongoose post this cute little flower. I think it's dyed. It looks really pretty, and with this pen hopefully we'll be able to get lots of different colours out. That way we can still sketch but make it a little bit interesting, because this way of creating is not how I normally do it, and I kind of miss just being a bit silly. That kind of art is fun. Once again, we are stylising and having fun with a drawing, which was not the point of this month. I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't think it's for me. I like to learn, I like to practice, I like to experiment, but forcing myself to actually do it has affected my creativity and motivation. Some days I just want to reach for the daily doodle diary and doodle. A little bit of negative space, weird little shapes and blobs with markers. And I still wanted to do that this month, but knowing I couldn't do it in the daily doodle diary, and instead I had to spend time practicing and learning something, it made me not want to reach for it. And I did get a couple of days behind a few times. So all in all, forcing yourself to learn and try to improve, so far, no, I don't think it's making me a better artist. Maybe the best thing you can do to grow as an artist is actually fuel your creativity. Allow yourself to doodle, create, stylize, and have fun. Experiment, reach for different art supplies. You can learn a lot through studying the fundamentals, but if that's going to kill your creativity, then it's not worth it. And sure, there's a lot that I could learn, like the Loomis method and anatomy, but most of the time I really don't want to do that. And if I solely focused on studying, I genuinely don't think I would have found my art style. It took a long while as is, and I only found it through creating art and allowing myself to just have fun with it. So whilst both sides are important, and there's always more you can learn, don't beat yourself up over it, because you can learn a lot more about yourself and your art by instead just having fun and letting yourself do that. It is the final day, hasn't quite gone to plan, but I just remembered I never showed you what we created before the last episode and this one. It was the first week of January. This started in February, so there's like 3 weeks. So how's about we have a little bit of a sketchbook tour? This was day 7. Love this one. Quick doodles. The first week I actually tried and then I was a bit tired, so we've just got some super quick doodles here. Pretty much it. That I think I just wanted to keep, so I covered up the background a little bit, and also realised realised that a lot of mediums go through the paper. I was actually really struggling in this new daily doodle diary. Like, you can see so much actually goes through. I felt really lost at the end of January. Everything kind of goes through. Acrylics are reasonable, but you can still see there's so much ghosting. I like this one actually. That was like a weird bit of leftover paint, and then I filled it in, made a volcano. Again, just super quick doodles, and here we are. Oh, that's quite fun actually. I quite like that. As for where we left off, I did some line of action. If you don't know, it's a website where you get lots of poses. Some are very strange. I think that's a bit better though. Like, very quick, 3 minutes plus 3. Poses and bodies are something I'm not very good at, so definitely needs practice. Oh, this is a bottle I had in front of me. I really like this one actually. There's 2 shades of blue. I don't know if you can tell. This one I actually do really like. So on the back, I just stuck something in. I didn't want to disturb it. Some little birdies in front. Really, I'm focusing on lines, line confidence, big, bold lines. So today we are on the back. I'm probably going to stick something in. So why don't we grab something over there? These are never really the right size though. Maybe something like this, because this paper is actually the exact same size as the daily doodle diary. It's like A5, which is perfect. I'm not sure what it is that we're going to be drawing though. I think this one fell out before. Maybe we'll just use this one. It's a little bit big, but we can work with that. We can just cut off the excess. Maybe we could find something on Pinterest to draw. I do want to focus a little bit more on shading today. Cut off this excess. That'll do. Okay, we've got this lovely pattern. What are we going to do? Let's load up Pinterest. It has changed a bit though. Yeah, like you just don't know. It looks like it is to me. I don't know. It's a nightmare. Although fruit is a really cute idea. Oh, cherries. That might go with the background. No, that's not real. Go to Google. We know what we're looking for. They're real. I think I've done these before. I like them, so that would make sense. Okay, what is the medium? Oh, we could do colour pencil actually. I've got the Hoo pencils. Grabbed a transfer sheet. This is a little bit thicker, so we can pop that on the back. Maybe some lovely rich reds. These, should we just grab all of these? Hear me out. Purple for the shadow. Blue leaning purple. And possibly a brown to mute the shadow. Greens. Those? Maybe this one. Give it a go. Once it's down, I don't think there's going to be much that we can do as far as erasing on this paper goes. So we want to get it right. Oh, one is way bigger than the other. Okay, we'll bring it down. I'm now regretting colour pencils. The leaf. We'll pop it over here to frame a bit better. And the other one is kind of here. Okay, first things first. Let's pop in those highlights so that we don't lose them. I don't know how it's going to go on this paper. Maybe we don't want to press too hard. Maybe a little bit more like a cross hatching could go well. Yep, we're not really got highlights. Do you think that these reds are possibly a little bit too warm? I love using pattern paper as well, because then you don't have to focus on the background at all. Makes it a lot easier. We could add a little bit, but most of it is already done. I haven't used colour pencils on their own in probably close to a year. Okay, I think there's a highlight here somewhere. It's not the end of the world though if we're using acrylics, because they'll go over anything. I am kind of regretting it already. I didn't realise how tricky cherries were gonna be. The lighting is crazy on them. Okay, what about a different red? Something a little bit lighter maybe. Honestly, I find colour pencils such a tricky medium, like to actually make them look good, because this is not it. Okay, let's move on to the green. And this is the lighter shade really, so let's just colour all of this in. I do like the texture that colour pencils have. Let's grab a darker green. Let's see. Yeah, I just cannot get this right. I don't know if it's because we're technically not on the right paper. Probably a skill issue. Add some stars. Just add a little bit of purple as well, I think. This is actually looking pretty good, like filling in the background like this. Maybe not the cherries, but I think this shows the difference that framing a piece can make, because it is looking better. I have acrylic markers. They might just about work, hopefully. Oh, it actually goes all the way here. I missed that. I've got the light yellow, which I do really like this colour. A bit to the leaf perhaps. I'll add some to the centre for the brightest highlight. Gotta be honest, I'm not sure this is doing anything. Like, we tried the shading, but at this point it's about making something we are somewhat happy with. Well, okay, that didn't quite go to plan. Like, all of this month, but it's kind of cute. It's cohesive and blends in with the background, and it's also stylized, which was kind of the goal. With that, I want to say a huge thank you for joining me for this month. Why don't you give this video a like if you'd like to see more from the Daily Doodle Diary. Have a fantastic day. I will meet you back here in just a few days' time.